right, I get the pleasure to announce the next speaker, Miss Rosalind McAllister from the Ohio Family Rights. She's the founder, 12-year advocate, and a candidate for Ohio. Heard this time well. And I'm going to help her up. Hey, experienced.
Well, thank you. No, that's old and arthritic, and I have Alzheimer's. I'm not all gone yet.
Like mine.
Yeah. Hey, officers, you might look for a children's services worker. That's the only one around here who's going to oppose this group and put anything mean close to us. But thank God, we are here and we are talking, and you better be listening. We're not taking it anymore. The founder of Ohio Family Rights, which started out of Summit County Family Rights, the worst county in Ohio. Many here have talked about their state children's services. Well, in Ohio, we don't have state children's services. We have 88 separate agencies, all with their own procedures. They follow the same, well, they have a written law, not that they follow it. We have 88 separate ways of interpreting that law in the local communities. As a board member of American Family Rights, I get calls from all over the country.
Well, no,
So,
I mean,
I'm familiar with how things work in other states as well.
somebody
We just had, Lynette and I, our secretary who'll be coming up and speaking in a moment, had two attorneys from Summit County call us to talk to us. One has been a CASA and a guardian ad litem within the Summit County courts. The other one has been the head of the CASA program and a GAL also. And things are not going well for the representation of the children in Summit County. Children's wishes, children's real best interest is not on the agenda for children's services agencies. As many have said here, it's a funding stream. What wasn't said is how many others, wasn't emphasized, how many others outside the original foster caregivers. The children already have parents. Please change your vocabulary. It is foster caregivers. They're paid babysitters. Okay? And don't try to report abuse by those people, because little Yumina down in Louisiana would be happy to tell you that when you come forward and talk of your sexual molestation while in foster care, they'll trump up charges on your daddy and put him in jail so they can get you a second time, put you in the house of another child that was stolen and adopted by the foster babysitters.
They had the gang all the way up on that channel.
Little Yumina is now being abused by this older child.
The channel didn't have
That's what the people in Louisiana paid for. Bobby, you say you want to reform things down there? Open your eyes. I've sent you 2 emails. You haven't bothered to write me back. Guys, why are you paying money to take kids away? Why ain't you paying money to put them back? Because if they just take that in Cuyahoga County, Cleveland, Ohio, fosters are paid $400 to $500 a month. Now, take that money you're going to give to somebody to babysit the kids, give that to the parent. You know what happens to the poverty level? It's illegal to take children simply because the family's poor. But that is the biggest reason. Termination of parental rights, many times more, is because of something called dependency or child in need of care or something along that line than actual abuse or neglect, as been stated here. Many times, 5 to 7, depending on the state, children are more likely to be abused and neglected in foster placements. Children already have a home. That's a foster placement, okay? We have to change things, but we have to change them correctly. We've heard about the public pretenders. They're lawyers. They have something called the canon of ethics. The canon of ethics states, and as a paralegal I had to learn this, that you will give vigorous representation to any case you take. Period. It does not say if the price is right, so that the county or the state's only paying you $500. Don't take the case if you're not going to do it. Our goal in Ohio is to report via the State Supreme Court every single attorney that's on a case that doesn't give vigorous representation. Will the Supreme Court do anything about it? Disciplinary committee do anything about it? Probably not. Not right away. But if they see Attorney John Smith from Cleveland, Ohio, and they see that name come across their desk for the same thing over and over and over again, they might get the idea. Those who are within the sound of my voice, we're also pushing this for criminal cases because there's too many, has been stated here, too many people are in jail because of plea bargains. They're scared by their own attorneys. That's not what an attorney's job is. Not at all. And the other advocates, I'd like to say something to the advocates here that I tried in the state of Ohio that worked wonderfully. It was in Summit County. I did a motion to intervene. Now, motion to intervene is usually done by a family member or friend to take the children that are in care. But it can also be used to get all the wrongdoings of all the people involved in the case on the record. Now the judge can turn a blind eye, but it's on the record. Let them turn you down. You've protected the appeal, and they now know. And if that family decides to go and do a civil case, they can't say they didn't know. It's in the record. Protected. Our laws in Ohio are just fine if they'd be enforced. Children should not be taken out of the home because the family needs help. It is cheaper. It is morally the right thing to do, and it's legally the right thing to do, to leave them there and bring the help into the home. Okay? These children who legitimately have mental health issues are being signed over because the parents are being wrongfully told that that's the only way that they can get help for their children. You know what that's called? Medicaid fraud. Okay? Medicaid fraud. Every child in the state of Ohio goes on the state's Medicaid. And on that paperwork, they were talking about Title 4D before. This is under Title 4E of the Social Security Act. Everyone is marked that the child does not have health insurance. Dad works for the UAW. Trust me, that child has health insurance, and darn good ones too. But that's so the parents don't know what happens to the child. Okay? Little Johnny fell off the bike and broke his leg. No, that's not why his leg's in a cast. It's because the foster witch threw him down a set of stairs, and they're covering for it. Okay? Or that little mark on his arm isn't an infected mosquito bite. It's where somebody stuck him with a cigarette. Okay? Now, let a parent take a child in for an infected mosquito bite, and all of a sudden, it's a cigarette burn, only one problem. Parents don't smoke, grandparents don't smoke. Go figure. They'll take the child anyhow. No child should be taken out of their home unless there is legitimate proof of abuse. That is a charge in the criminal courts of a felony level. If you can't get that, leave the kid alone.
That's right.